النبي محمد
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد
وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين الهاديين المهديين الذين أذهب الله عنهم الرجس وطهرهم تطهيرا.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
First, I'd like to request Surah Al-Fatiha for the Prophet Jamal Mansour. May Allah be pleased with him. Another Surah Al-Fatiha for all Al-Mahumeen, Al-Mahumat of all Muslims together. Before we proceed, last night I promised that inshallah we will start a series of tafsir of Quran every single night. However, because of the change in our program, I want us to dedicate tonight for our marhum brother Jamal Mansour, and then inshallah from tomorrow our regular tafsir series will start inshallah. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
قال الله سبحانه وتعالى في محكم تنزيله: أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل إن الموت الذي تفرون منه فإنه ملاقيكم ثم تردون إلى عالم الغيب والشهادة فينبئكم بما كنتم تعملون. صدق الله العلي العظيم. صلوات
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
This ayah was revealed upon the Prophet ﷺ, indicating about one of the human being's problems. And that problem is, we all know that sooner or later we will leave this world. We know that. Whether I'm a Muslim, non-Muslim, male, female, rich, poor, black, white, it doesn't matter. Atheists who don't believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you ask him or her, would you die? Of course I know I will die. Every single human being knows that someday they have to leave this world. They know that. However, when you come to the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reminds you and I on daily basis. And one of the examples is this ayah: قُلْ إِنَّ الْمَوْتَ الَّذِي تَفِرُّونَ مِنْهُ. There is a story about Prophet Ibrahim al-Khalil alayhi afdalus salatu wa azka salam.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
That Ibrahim al-Khalil, as usual, he was a friend of all the angels, including the angel of death. That one day, then the Prophet Ibrahim said to angel of death, because he comes sometimes to visit, talk to him, spend some time with him. He said, Ya Malak al-Maut, Indi laka haja. I have a request from you. So what is your request? Tafaddal, Habibullah, you are a prophet, you are a messenger. What is your request? A request that any one of us can do. Any one of us would like to have that type of request. What was the request? He says, I want you to let me know when my time is coming, the time of my death is coming closer. I want you to tell me ahead of time so I can prepare and get ready and do whatever I need to do so that it doesn't come suddenly, it doesn't come unexpected. Malak al-Maut says, Laka dhalik. Inshallah, we're friends. Of course I will do that. From that day, anytime Malak al-Maut comes, Ibrahim al-Khalil asked him, Za'iran am Qabadan? He was Za'iran. We already have agreement. Remember Ibrahim? What was the agreement? I'll tell you before the time comes. So I don't see to Za'iran. MashaAllah, they sit together, they talk, and then he leaves. The next day, the next week, month, years goes. One day the angel of death came. Za'iran am Qabadan? Ibrahim always hear the Za first, Za'iran. No, this time, no, the word changed. Qabadan. You always hear Za. No, today's changed. Today is Qabadan. We came to take the amana of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ibrahim al-Khalil said, Ya Malak al-Maut, remember you and I, we had an agreement? Yes, we did. What was the agreement? Remember? Say, yes, I remember the agreement. The agreement was to tell you ahead of time that the death is approaching. So you can prepare, right? You say, yes. They say, okay, but you didn't do that, Ya Malak al-Maut. Malak al-Maut said, Ya Nabi Allah, I did it. How? I didn't see the Rasul. So did you send any messenger to tell me that a week ahead I'm going to die, or 2 weeks? He said, I sent a bunch of them. Not even one. No, a lot of them. I sent them one after the other. Ibrahim al-Khalil said, I didn't see even one. What are they? He said, now look, Ya Ibrahim, I'll tell you what are those messages. Number one, he said, Ya Ibrahim, the first messenger I sent to you as a warning that your day is coming closer is your sight. So what happened to my sight? So Ya Ibrahim, when you were born, your sight was so strong. You open your eyes, you can see miles away. Now can you see the same thing? Yeah. What do you think that was? That is one Rasul. That's one. You see him, Ya Ibrahim? Yes. Rasul number 2. He said, your hearing, Ya Ibrahim, when you were a teenager, every single noise your ears can pick so easily. You can hear from far, from close, every movement. But now, can you hear the same way? No. Why? What happened? The hearing is weak. What do you think that was? Another Rasul. That's 2. Number 3. He said, Quwwatuka, your body, strength of your body, the things you can live, things you can do when you were a teenager, when you were young, now you cannot do them anymore. What do you think all these are? Say, Ma hiya illa rusulun ilayk. They are nothing but messengers I send to you, Ya Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also wants to remind us in this ayah, قُلْ إِنَّ الْمَوْتَ الَّذِي تَفِرُّونَ مِنْ. That the death that we all, see, sometimes there are a lot of ways we are afraid of death. Number one, there are some of us, we don't want to even hear the word death. We are in the house or in a group, they talk about death. Why are you talking about death? You don't have anything new to talk about? Life, about fun, enjoyment? Talking about death is depressing. Wallahi, in the hadith of Ahl al-Bayt, talking about death is more enjoyable. It's something nice, good. Why? Because it helps you to prepare and remember that there is a journey waiting for you. That is why the Quran always reminds us in a lot of ayahs, قُلْ إِنَّ الْمَوْتَ الَّذِي تَفِرُّونَ. We all hear about death, death, death. What is death? Now you come to Quran, Quran tells you and I that death that we hear or we see every day, there are 2 types of death. Don't think that all the deaths are one. No, there are 2. The way people die is 2 ways. Some of them, they die in one way and others die in the other way. Different. Now let me start with the worst one. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about the kuffar. How do they die? Those who don't believe in Allah, they don't believe in the day of judgment, they don't believe in Qiyamah. How do they die when the angel of death come to take their life? Now listen to the Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala